March and April, we have something to celebrate. We officially hit 1 million ARR, and we're going to tell you guys how we did it.
When you have any product, so the best marketing is word of mouth marketing and third-party validation. A big one is letting them use their insurance programs. You can spend from your insurance on wellness products. Meditation for me has been really, really effective and important in my life, which gave me the idea to launch Graymatter and Brightmind, because I was kind of solving my own problem. I spent all my money last year making this a thing.
Yeah.
And that was really hard.
So if you watched the last episode, you know that we hit 795K ARR. So close to that 1 million number that we wanted. But in March and April, we have something to celebrate. We officially hit 1 million ARR, and we're going to tell you guys how we did it and some of the new things Jim has been working on as well as part of Graymatter. So let's get started. Firstly, we kept scaling our accounts, more orders, Google, Facebook, Meta ads as well, which naturally led us to that $1 million ARR figure. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I know there were also a couple things continuing to happen and new things that we started trying out as well. And one of those was a co-branded sort of a whitelisting campaign.
Yeah.
Tell me how this sort of came to your mind, and we were helping you guys run this. So
when you have any product, so the best marketing is word of mouth marketing and like third-party validation. And so one of the ways that you can do that is partnering with someone that has that kind of expertise, or that people look to for that type of information where your product fits into the wellness. And we partnered with a publication called Wellworthy. Shout out to Ash, and they're actually out of London, and they tested the product and did a write-up on it, and did kind of an overview of how we got started, what the product is, who it's helping, and gave us the ability to run ads off of their account. It's called Whitelisting.
yes.
So when a user sees that, it's not necessarily from Graymatter. It looks like it's coming from the Wellworthy account, because it is, right? And it just has a bit more of, I don't know, validation, because it's not Graymatter talking about themselves. It's coming from Wellworthy. And it was a comprehensive piece. Like we've gone over, people like that, especially with this type of product, can gain some trust in it, and then ultimately purchase it. So it's been good for a brand standpoint, but also from a conversion standpoint, to diversify our content. And that's important because, to date, it's been mainly this really good ad that we have of me talking.
Yeah.
People are tired of seeing my face, and it's good to show them other
I am too.
other things. And it's been good, and we're going to do more of that. Find other people to partner with. Find the right influential voices out there talking about wellness and cognitive health, and get them the product. Hopefully they like it. We want it to be authentic. We don't want it to come across as like a paid partnership, even though it is.
Yeah.
They have to really like it, and I think that's important to me. Like, before I would actually partner with someone, I'll send them the product and say, like, test it. Let me know if you like it.
What do you
think? If you do, then let's partner.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see this being a pretty strong PR move as well, right? So it's a blend of PR, advertising as well, partnering with Wellworthy. And for people who are interested, you're essentially getting access to a different partners' accounts, right? Their Facebook page and Instagram page, and the ads you're running yourself, but through their pages. So you're tapping into their audience. And the pixels that you're setting on these landing pages would be
It's technical.
your own pixels that you're using.
I'm glad that I didn't have to do that.
And the page also had to change.
Yeah.
I'm sure you tried to change. So what happened was, I think the Wellworthy had to change their page for some reason. So we had to change the campaign as well. Completely fine, but it wasn't as easy.
I got it flagged for me. I think it was like late at night. Like, this just took 11 hours, but it's good now.
It wasn't as easy as update Facebook page. That's what you would think. And actually, on that note, I'll mention this funny story for another partner that we've been working with. We just ran into this issue where we tried to change the daily ad spend from the baseline, which is $20 on Meta, and we try to set it to $150. We changed it, and then we clicked away. It went back to 20. That itself took 30 minutes to
Sometimes these
change.
platforms just like, and there's no one you could talk to, right?
Oh yeah,
It's not like a chat on Meta or Google.
you can with agency access, things like this.
You
but
got power.
yeah,
I don't have.
but what am I supposed to go to Meta with? Hey, we're
Right.
trying to change this to 150, but it's not letting us. There's
Yeah.
so many technical errors that pop up sometimes.
Yeah.
Even when you schedule an ad, it might get rejected for some reason without any reason.
Right. Yeah, you don't know why.
You don't know why.
I actually just got help this month with Google.
Yeah.
From Google, they somehow found us and said, like, identified us as someone that they want to work with, and to be able to have them help you is so helpful.
Yeah.
You know, our products were getting rejected. You know, the ads getting rejected, and it gives you like this general message, but you kind of have to guess and then test things, and then it's still rejected. Being able to talk with them is really helpful.
Yeah. And this is huge for anyone in healthcare, supplements, vitamins, pharmaceuticals. We hear this all the time, right?
Yeah.
Even with some of the new partners that are joining us, we're now focusing in that healthcare space. But that's a massive challenge that all these companies have is Graymatter is actually okay, but once you start going pharmaceutical, things are just wild.
Right.
It's hard to get an ad published out there.
Yeah.
But very interesting. But yes, coming back to our conversation, trying different things out. We hit that 1 million ARR in March, which was incredible. We tried and we're continuing to do this Wellworthy partnership as well with some new ads coming in. And I think you're still dealing with manufacturing issues currently. Okay.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Better.
But, you know, the new owner's kind of removing the mediocrity.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a business that isn't good, there's like an acceptance of mediocrity. And to make improvements, you have to like over time make sure that you're no longer accepting those that kind of poor operational kind of behavior. And it is getting better, but yeah, they got a long way to go.
And then one more thing I want to mention here is we had launched the Google Ads competitor campaign for Magic Mind, which started crushing. And we just recently launched 4 more competitor Google search campaigns. So essentially targeting competitor search terms. And we're trying to place Graymatter ahead of them as well.
Yeah, well, we have a very objectively superior product to what's on the market. You know, we have more ingredients at higher dosages, and it works in a faster manner than our competitors. And so we just clearly laid that out. And it's something that the consumer wants to see. They're trying to get educated. You know, here's us, here's them, and you know, you make your decision. But when you have differentiators in your product, and I hope you do if you have a product and you're going to market with it, you should. You need to lean on those and educate your customer about why you're better and why they should purchase it.
And in the beginning, while you're spinning up that company, also think about how you're going to be different than those competitors, right? We're not just making the same thing, launching it at the same price point, same value add. It needs to be different.
Yeah.
And that's like, so things have changed since we started working together. We have like a super complex onboarding doc now.
Yeah.
Where we ask for values, competitors as well that they have, so we can figure out how to message and position the competitor, position the company that we're working with amongst the competitors. And these competitor keyword on Google campaigns have been crushing all across our portfolio.
Yeah. Yeah, we're big enough now where we have to defend our brand in search. You know, brand is search.
That starts to happen.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's a good thing.
Right. And working with Google, they're like, oh yeah, people are bidding against your keywords. Yeah. Like, damn, really?
That's why.
And part of me still feels like it was small, you know? So it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's a couple more things that we're doing to try to give people value. A big one is letting them use their insurance programs.
Yeah.
So we've partnered with a company called TrueMed to enable HSA and FSA payments. Those are just insurance programs, if you don't know about them, where you have money that you can spend from your insurance on wellness products. And TrueMed is a company from Justin Mares, I think is how you pronounce his last name. And he's the founder of Kettle and Fire. They're a $100 million bone broth brand.
Wow.
He's a really successful entrepreneur. He's done some other things too. And he partnered with Callie Means. He wrote a book called Good Energy, and he's kind of a leader in America's health movement. And 95% of healthcare dollars are spent after someone gets sick. And their whole thing is trying to shift $150 billion of that spend towards preventative wellness.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool. You can go on there and you can, you can purchase anything from like a sauna to an exercise bike to Graymatter, Brightmind. And, now customers can go on our site, use our partnership with them, and have their insurance pay for Brightmind. So it's really aligns with what we're trying to do, which is help people strengthen their cognition, help people, become aware of plant-based cognitive supplementation. In a lot of cases, people replace their Adderall with it. So to be able to give them the ability to use that same payment method that they were using to get Adderall to now get Brightmind, it's really, really effective. And, we feel good about that, and we're happy to be helping people.
And is that option available right now for people to start using?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I know you're also working on, and tell me a little bit more about this, but a partnership with a meditation app as well.
Yeah. So meditation for me has been really, really effective and important in my life. Back towards when I was an early stage founder at 26, which gave me the idea to launch Graymatter and Brightmind, because I was kind of solving my own problem of burnout and like not having effectiveness with Adderall. And when I started to look into kind of why I was feeling the way I was and why I had anxiety, there's a lot of things that you can do that are Band-Aids. You can take a Xanax, you can do these things that'll kind of calm your mind.
Yeah.
If you really want to change it and change the physiology of your mind, you can do that through meditation. And I read a bunch of books about it and started practicing it on my own. It takes a ton of patience. You have to have a reason to really want to do it. But it changed my life, and it aligns with what we're doing with Graymatter. So we partnered with an app called The Way. It's a new meditation app. It's actually Tim Ferriss's kind of go-to meditation app. That's how I found out about them.
Yeah.
And, the concept is, we can bring them new customers for a very low CAC, which is basically free access to the app, that they would be happy to give away for somebody to try. And so when you subscribe to Brightmind and to Graymatter products, you get free access to The Way, which is a meditation app. What I like about it is it's very simple. It's like this one path. And the founder's name is Henry Schuckman. He's this amazing meditation coach and teacher. And, when you're starting out meditating, it can be kind of overwhelming, especially you open up these other apps that are out there. There's all these things to choose from. You kind of don't know where to start. This just puts you onto a path. And, if you stick with it, it can be really impactful and help you in different ways than Brightmind can.
I like the intersection of mobile app and tech, and then the CPG health and wellness product coming together, because this is who we work with, right? Tech companies, also some CPG companies, e-com companies as well.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Like, how did you find out, and how did you make this actually come to fruition?
Yeah, well, I wanted to increase the perceived value of subscribing. And you can do that with this type of partnership by giving some sort of digital component to the subscription that to me is free, to the customer adds value, and to our partner The Way, it benefits them because they're getting new customers. So, what you'll start to see when you first subscribe to Brightmind is like, yes, you're going to get this product that we hopefully have sold you on, but you're also going to get, a free frother, access to The Way, free shipping, your discount, right? And so you make this offer that is like kind of hard to say no to, and we'll see that the increase in our conversion is really worth it. But again, it fits perfectly with what we're trying to help people with, and it will actually help you if you use it and stick with it. So it's kind of like the practice version of strengthening your cognition. Your brain is somewhat of a muscle, just the same way that you can lift some weights and get bigger biceps, you can improve the cognition of your mind if you, work at it with meditation. We then give you the kind of nourishment to do that through Brightmind to strengthen your cognition. And so it's this comprehensive approach where we've married these two things. And, I reached out to the founder of The Way with this kind of idea. Yeah. And fortunate for me, he had the same kind of thoughts around like this being helpful. And
I was just about to ask, like from an execution perspective, there might be someone watching this, like, hey, great idea, but how do you make it
Yeah.
actually integrated with your product?
I
What
just
do you
DM
have to
them.
do? There we go.
I just DM them,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
I DM'd them. It took them a few days to get back to me, and it was like some person that was running their account and was like, "Hey, I'm not him, but like, email this guy." Emailed them, had a conversation, basically explained what I just did to him. He was like, "Okay, I get it." And from there, we've been working together on like, how do we actually launch this right? And it wasn't too difficult. They made me this very specific code or link. And, once you subscribe, you get access to that through an email. And, you can start your journey with that with your bright mind at the same time. And if you're really trying to kind of make improvements in your life mentally, it gives you another kind of tool in your tool belt.
I think people underestimate the value of DMing, right? And the reason I say that is I used to work in tech before. That's my background. But the way that Rover started, this is while I was at Meta, was through a DM that I sent to a company that I loved, and I wanted to help them out and do consulting for them.
Nice.
An Instagram DM, which turned into...
I was down in the DMs.
Down in the DMs, right? Which turned into a call, understanding where they need help. It was the marketing space. And instantly we came in and started bringing leads for them, where they started closing deals from that as well. And that's kind of what started Rover as a whole, through a DM.
Nice.
So if anyone's watching, stop DMing girls and start DMing companies to make real partnerships as well. We might have to cut that little segment out here at the end, but
that's good.
No, I think it's important, right? Like to do outreach. That's essentially what you're doing. Reaching out, putting yourself out there, whether it's email, DM, on X, wherever.
Listen, no matter what it is, you just got to go make it happen.
Yeah.
And figure out how to make it happen. And does it take DMing some random person? Yeah, absolutely sometimes. Does it take you shipping your own product sometimes? Yeah. Does it take you flying to your manufacturer to try to convince them to make your product faster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you just got to make it happen. And not taking no, or like not taking an obstacle, as a real stopping point, because there are going to be constant obstacles, and you just got to have the right attitude and stay with the problem until you fix it.
Yeah, and you have to do something different, right? Like this is not a strategy someone can say, hey, go DM 5 people and make it work.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So the main thing, and one of the main things that is going to help your life and your communication with everyone is to think about what the other person wants and frame your communication in that way. So I didn't go to the Way founder and say, hey, I need to give more value to my subscribers. I said, hey, would you want me to send you customers that are into this mindset that are already looking for ways to improve their cognition? Of course he's going to say yes.
Of course, yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think that just concept is so simple, but often not very commonly practiced, where any communication you do should be very much taking into account who you're talking to and what they care about. We're kind of formed to always be thinking about ourselves, wanting things for ourselves, and we often communicate in that way. Yeah. And you're not going to get what you want from somebody else if you're talking about what you want. You want to talk about what they want.
Like if I was in his position and I got that email, that's an instant yes, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like the outreach that you did, right?
Yeah.
And the DM that you sent. Yeah. I mean, 100%. That makes sense. So let's talk about this. We have a little bit more time here. So what's after? Like now you're at over 1 million ARR, 1.3. It's climbing up 1.4. So what's after this?
What's crazy, we've been getting a lot of inbound attention from investors. And, we don't need money. We're profitable. But this is very much a speed game, right? Once there's success in any product, competitors pop up, and it's, on my mind that we have a big opportunity here, but we need to work fast. And so taking capital is going to help us do that. Give you some more firepower to run some ads.
Yeah.
So it's looking like we're going to raise a round with some really good consumer investors. It's going to be strategic. They're going to help us out with a lot of things. They've done this before. Eventually we might get into retail. We'll launch other products, things that again would be new to me, but they've done. And also, just to have the capital to be able to really, really do everything right is super exciting. Something we should close in next month.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you're looking forward to the most after getting capital like that?
Man, I spent all my money last year making this a thing.
Yeah.
A lot of it. And that was really hard. There was months where I didn't know if it was going to work. And I don't know if I made the right decision. And just to be able to kind of get that breathing room, I'm excited about it.
A little bit more comfort.
Yeah. But it'll make me perform better too, right? Just less stress.
Yeah.
I can focus on more business related things.
And be open to more risk as well and try different new things out.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you got to take a step backwards to ultimately go two forward, right? Yeah. And this is a great example of that. And I had some conviction around it. I'm glad I did it, but didn't make it easy. But now we're getting all the way out to the other end where we're kind of reaping those benefits of having confidence and being, willing to take some risk.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. You have some good ideas up your sleeve here.
Yeah.
Some great results, I think, that are going to form eventually. Looks like you're considering retail as well. That'll be exciting. But yeah, congratulations on 1 million ARR.
Thanks.
And we'll talk again once you hit 10.
Thanks, man. You're really helpful in it too, though. Couldn't have done it on our own.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff.